think I just lost a bowl. Good morning, Flannel fam. Welcome back. My name is Brian. We need to survive this recession, and it might be turning into a depression. Now, I know the government says this is not a recession. 2 quarters of GDP contraction back to back. Every other time in our history has been a recession, but this time it's not. So don't worry, you're not really in a recession, even though gas prices are still astronomical, and we haven't even begun to see the inflation rates on food. How's that affordable housing going? Let me tell you who this video is not for. It's not for people that think Starbucks is a food group. I
know, Becky, and I just learned this new tip. That if you only have Starbucks for breakfast, lunch, and dinner instead of every time you pass one, then you'll save like $6. And that really adds up. Oh, I gotta go. My Bub Hub is here. The only thing I like better than a $10 Happy Meal is paying $20 to get it delivered. But it's okay, I'm a rewards member.
It's not for hedge fund managers.
Inflation is how much? I wonder what the peasants will do.
It's for ordinary folk like you and me. I'm not a financial advisor. And this is not investment advice. What we need is a Depression-era mindset. A Depression-era mindset is one of survival. A Depression-era mindset doesn't mean that you get depressed. I was reading a book called The Worst Hard Times. Reading about what some of those people went through is incredible, and their mindset was unbelievable. Our family just got back from a trip to New York, where we learned how some of our ancestors survived the Depression. My ancestors had to figure out whether they were going to eat frozen potatoes or rotten potatoes. I don't think we need to panic. I don't think it's time to head for the bunkers.
Woo! I knew those liberal commies would do it! It's the apocalypse! You can have my freeze-dried prunes when you take them out of my cold dead hands!
What I do think is we need to square ourselves mentally with the idea that they're destroying the economy on purpose. You might have to square yourself with the idea that your dreams are going to be delayed, even damaged. This recession is like a tunnel for a train. There's light at the other end, and we'll get there. But how fast will you be moving? Will it crush you, or will you come out with some steam? I want you to come out under power. I want you to come out ready to move. They're making it almost impossible for us to get ahead financially. They're devaluing our money. Investments are up and down and all over the place, and little people like us are getting squished. So how do we survive? Different mindset. We have been very spoiled in this country, myself included, with the amount and variety of food that we've had. Our ancestors used to get by on the basics, on staples. And I think that's what we need to do. So what can we do? Well, financially, get out of debt if you can, as quickly as possible. Now that's really hard if you're not making enough money to live, and I know that. I've been there. I spent 4 years not making enough money to live, and sometimes the debt just piles up. Employment was difficult. Sometimes it happens, but if you have any way at all to get out of debt, get out of debt. Pay off your credit cards, student loans, cars, whatever you can, get out of debt. The second thing is do things yourself. I'm working on changing the alternator in my tractor. I've never done that before. I've got an oil change I gotta do in my car a little later. If you can do things yourself, do them. Learn them. There's videos about everything. You can figure out a whole lot more than you think you can. Number 3, and this one might be the most important, is change the way that you eat. Our ancestors, and I'm not even talking about depression, I'm talking about way, way, way back, used to have a very, very, very limited diet. Now they didn't have grocery stores, and we've lived a life of abundance and plenty. Those times I think are coming to an end. They're very expensive now. Things are getting very expensive. I've heard people complain about eating the same thing in a week. They already had tacos for dinner on Monday, and it's Friday, and I want something different. I love variety in food, right? Variety is the spice of life. But burying yourself financially to maintain a diet, you need a different mindset. If you have to eat beans and rice for 21 meals out of the week because it's inexpensive, because it might provide you the opportunity to come out of this, do it. We have managed to cut our grocery bill down by 40% from year to year because of the way we're eating. Part of that, probably 20% of it, is we are making a lot of our own meat. But the amount of money I spent to make my own meat way negates the amount that we saved at the grocery store. But that other 20% is from changing the way we eat. We are eating a lot more beans and rice these days than we used to. Change the way that you eat. The other thing you need is community. We survive together. Find people around you that have similar morals, similar ideas. Get plugged in. While we were on vacation, my neighbor, who has become a good friend, came over and took care of our property for us. It's the first time we've left all of our animals and everything else. And not only did he care for it, they went above and beyond. He even turned our pool, our little above ground pool, from green to blue, organized some stuff, and stole my golf cart to fix it. Those are the type of people that not only do you need to find and befriend, but that you need to be also. So later today, I'm going over to help him stack hay bales. That's how we make it through this. I can't tell you where to put your money. I can't tell you to buy gold or to put into this investment or that investment. But what I can tell you is if you change your mindset, you can come out of this okay. Your dreams might be delayed. They might be delayed by a lot. It took us almost 20 years to get our property, when if everything would have stayed normal, we probably would have done it in 4, maybe 5. But the 08 crash happened and we got caught. And it took us 8 years to get out of that mess. So you might have to square yourself mentally with the idea that your dreams are going to be delayed. And in some cases, whatever dream you had might not be the same dream on the other side. So I don't think people are going to starve to death. I think we're going to have shortages, even more shortages than we had. I really don't think the apocalypse is coming. But a financial apocalypse might be coming. And I don't want to see you caught in that. I want to see you hunker down now while you still can, before you have to. So that when you make it through the tunnel, when we get on the other side of this, because there's always another side. The Great Depression eventually ended. 08 eventually ended. You could argue they've kicked the can down the road. We're not going to get into that. But there will be another side. Even the Iron Curtain fell. Change your mindset. Change the way you think about things. What can you live without? What can you do without? And then grow your garden. I mean it, grow your garden. Grow something in your yard. When we lived in an apartment back in 2010, and the economy had fallen around, and I was working at a fast food restaurant with 2 children and a wife who was working, desperately trying to make ends meet. We were on the 2nd floor. We had 21 square feet of space. We grew food. Grow whatever you can grow. That's where your variety comes from, okay? Your variety doesn't come from the grocery store. Your variety comes from your garden. Eat seasonally. Eat what you grow. Don't worry about growing enough to put up. You can buy bulk rice and bulk beans cheaper than you can make it. I don't know if you're going to be able to preserve your way of life, but you will preserve your life. I hope this helps somebody. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. I hope you join us for more videos as we continue to grow, as we grow. God bless you.